Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of One Piece, which is on chapter 879. Now, this chapter right here came out really late at night, and I did read it, but it was getting too late to the point where I can't really make a video on it, etc. Because I was too tired and so forth. And when I read this chapter many times, oh my gosh, dude, this is just like really shocking and surprising. So if anything else, let's go. We had to it that Brook and Chopper and everyone else mourns on Pedro who lost his life apparently. And of course, like Jinbei tells him not to get their house clouded right now, and Brook's like, how can you be so heartless right now, huh? Even though you barely spent any time with Pedro, you just don't understand. Although Jinbei told him like, is this the time to let down your guard right now? Back at the coast, when we were entrapped by that candy, it's either do or die. We would have been killed right away. And you very well fool what was coming right now. And this is a victory for Pedro. Don't you understand how many things that the enemies have lost right now? We caused so much grief and trouble to them, and Pedro just gave up his life. And he's telling you guys to keep pushing forward. Now's not the time to grieve and mourn right now. And you know, Luffy, he's in a situation where he has to take on a powerful enemy himself. Even Dogstooth, his berries is a billion berry above. If we start like hesitating and having some trouble now, we won't be able to honor Pedro, and we won't be able to get the hell out of here. Right now, we have to go right away. And we have to it that Jinbei tells the others that we have to carry out Pedro's sacrifice and make sure we don't let it go to waste. And therefore, they all get back into action while Nami's giving out the directions. But apparently, they are being chased down by Big Mom, and she's walking on the sea waves. And Jinbei's like, no way, there's no way in hell that she's able to do that unless... Then they end up seeing candy, massive candy, and this is all because of Peril's Peril. It looks like to me he has this strange ability just like Aokiji, but this time it's called Candy Sea Slug. It's like he's able to walk on water but with the help of a sea slug that Peril made. Apparently, even though Peril's Peril lost his right arm, he could replace it with a candy to make up for it. But apparently, he feels humiliated after being blasted to hell by that jaguar mink and etc. And he's trying to figure out how to make the bloody cat's friend suffer. Even Carrot right now is being agonized by his insults about him. While Zeus and Prometheus are at the shore, apparently, they are trying to wonder where the hell did everyone go. And we have to it that Chiffon and Lola's father is being set off into the sea right now, and he ends up seeing Chiffon, of course. He tries to contact them, but apparently, he wasn't able to catch their attention. But we get to know that Lola was actually a chocolate minister of Choco Island, and ever since she's been gone, she's been vacant or something. And we have to it that I think Pudding was supposed to take that place, though I think I thought wrong, etc. Apparently, Lola, back in Third Block, was actually a chocolatier. She was a famous chocolatier. So I was really shocked to see to it that she actually was a famous chocolatier before, Pudding, etc. But we also see to it that, they asked Pudding, why are you, sitting into that carpet right now? She goes, let me tell you something. If I'm in the same carpet with the man while wearing this dress, we'll think was some sort of couple. And Chiffon's like, who's gonna think like that? How annoying. And then, sorry for being annoying, but promise me you won't fall, okay? And then by the time he goes shut up, I won't fall, okay? Whether I fall or not is not any your business. And then they're about to arrive at Choco Island, and right now that they have to make sure they make this thing quickly, otherwise Big Mom's really gonna cause some major mayhem. That's for sure. It's really surprising because I'm really either way. If anything else, that's just Sanji Chiffon having some kind of comedic moment with Pudding, etc. while Jinbei and the others are on the run with like a Big Mom behind them, thanks to freaking Perils like candy ability. And going to this part is freaking like a Luffy facing Dog's Tooth, while the subordinates are telling Luffy that you have no shot against him, you might as well just give up. But apparently that does not faze Luffy at all. But surprisingly, that doesn't. He tried using Hot Gatling, but Katakuri effortlessly just blocked all that attack, and he's gonna show him. And he decided to show Luffy like, this is how you use your attack, and therefore ends up using it to a bigger, better Gatling. Even all of his subordinates are really surprised of his ruthlessness. Katakuri again reminds Luffy like, I told you already, in terms of our powers, etc., speed, strength, you have no chance against me. Luffy, on the other hand, does not give up, and he's not going to lose to a Mochi, and he ends up using Hawk Stamp against him, but Katakuri easily dodged his attack and ends up kicking him despite him disappearing, and knows when he was going to go, and then kicks him to the wall. And he realized that Luffy's going to go for a test of power next, and he say, get the hint already, just give up. And therefore Luffy decides to go Elephant Gun and tries to go to a huge punch against him. But apparently Katakuri's hockey punch is much larger than Luffy's and slams him to a wall. And he goes like, isn't that enough already for an Elephant Gun? And therefore Luffy was already back to the corner, and it ends off there. Thank goodness there is no break next week, because the way how it ended off was terrible. So in this chapter overall, it's just Jinbei and the others are moving on despite Pedro giving out his sacrifice but being chased down by Big Mom. While in the middle of the chapter, of course, is Chiffon, Sanji, and Pudding having some comedic conversation, etc. But we get to know that Lola was actually a chocolatier, which is to my surprise. I mean, like, pretty cool here and there. Aside from that, she was actually a minister of the Chocolate Town, which shows how much her culinary skills are really at a certain level of desserts and sweets, of chocolate, that is. And of course, the rest of the chapter, of course, is Luffy against Katakuri, and of course, Luffy is literally getting his butt handed pretty badly. I mean, against a 1 billion bounty and above person, or a wanted person that has a 1 billion bounty above, and it's even a little bit higher than Jack from Kaido's army, could put up a very deadly, serious fight. I mean, everything that Luffy was trying to do to Katakuri is useless. I mean, Katakuri is just beating Luffy effortlessly because he has the ability to see the future, obviously, and his attacks of Mochi Fruit is like his Mochi Mochi no Mi is actually much more effective. I mean, like, he's like a special paramecium from what I did my research on him, dude. And that's how he's able to defeat Luffy, not just because of like him seeing into the future, but also with like his Devil Fruit ability being very strong and powerful and special. It just shows how much of a powerful threat, more of a powerful threat than Jack from Kaido's army. So it looks like to me Luffy's already backed into a corner. He's not even able to like get up right now. Shows how strong Katakuri is, and he's ready to finish things off once and for all. It just shows how more of a deadly thing could happen. So until then, we don't know what's really bound to really happen to Luffy, but he ain't gonna live to see this one alive, that's for sure. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm out for Zoro, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!